Tonight's show is sponsored by HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com/CAGcast14 and use code CAGcast14 for up to 14 free meals plus free shipping.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 689. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, oh, my fucking microphone is all fucked up. God damn it. Here's Wombat. I'm going to fix this while Wombat does something.
I mean, I was going to say, I felt like I stumbled over the intro ad a little bit, but I don't think my microphone's all messed up. So
no, it's not you. Windows fucked me up. This Windows update, like...
Oh, man, there's problems with Windows. Oh, stupid Windows.
I don't know.
I hate Windows.
All right, well, it's I'll fix it while we go. Welcome to the show, everybody. I'm already fucking pissed off.
This is gonna be fun.
It is. Sweat. I'm sure I have. See, I got a pit stain, but you can't really tell because of the camo shirt. That's the key.
Is that why you wear the camo shirts?
Partly. The other reason is that they come in tall sizes and they're slightly fashionable.
Well, that's why I wear all my clothing, because it all comes in tall sizes.
You got a new shirt there, Wombat.
This was a gift shirt.
It still counts as a new shirt.
It is. It is new.
He's not wrong.
Never look a gift shirt in the...
Never looked a gift shirt in the mouth. I've actually had this shirt for a while. I guess I just never wore it on this before.
Meanwhile, Infinity in the chat is making camouflage jokes saying, "Where's Cheapy? Can't see him." And I'm now thinking there's another technical problem that I have to deal with. But it was a joke. Very fucking funny, Infinity. Infinity. Oh, I get it. That's funny too. Infinity. Like is infinity and infinity. It's great.
I don't know.
I'm a lot of wit coming your way here.
So how was your, you just got back from vacation. You seem nice and relaxed.
Fuck, I need to go back to the Berkshires. It was...
Oh.
Is that how you pronounce that?
Yeah.
How did you think? Berkshires?
Berkshire. It looks like Berkshires.
No.
How would I know how to pronounce that?
They're mountains in Massachusetts.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't hear them on a daily basis. It's not like we're talking about the Berkshires a lot here.
You should be.
Should I?
No.
Okay.
Wombat, you must have been there.
Yeah, when I had a friend in high school whose father had a house there, so we would go there occasionally.
It's a place for old Jews.
It is.
Is from what I'm able
not
to
for
surmise.
me then.
No, it's not. I mean, you could come, but you
didn't sound like I was invited.
No, you're invited. It's basically like it's mostly old people, and then you can see like the people who live there. I mean, everybody's white, first of all, no matter whether you live there or you're visiting. Everybody's white.
That's a law, by the way. Massachusetts is a weird state.
Yeah. And the other law is if you live there, you have some sort of tattoo somewhere on your body, probably multiple tattoos. And that's how you can tell who lives there and who's visiting. But we went to, there are some like sites to be seen, such as Herman Melville's house where he wrote Moby Dick.
I heard that place is a whale of a good time.
I told Mrs. Cheapy your horrible joke when you...
I know, but it's worth telling to the audience. That wasn't for you.
They love it. I want them to know it's rehashed material. That's
yeah, no, that's not new. Yeah, and your mic is low, by the way. People are complaining.
My mic is fucked, I told you.
Yeah, so people deal with it.
Yeah, I don't know what I can... Yeah, okay. See, now it's gonna... Okay, I fixed the mic for the people.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see what it sounds like.
So what did you do in the Berkshires?
So we went to Herman Melville's house, the Berkshires. We went to Herman Melville's house, which was really, I learned a lot about Herman Melville. They had a great tour. The woman there, I cried during the tour. It was such she weaves such a tale about Herman Melville.
Is this where the fuckers fucked around?
Is
where the jizz was?
No, it wasn't. It was a noon tour. It was not an adult tour.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we were the only people on the tour.
Shipwreck doesn't get that joke.
Because he doesn't have Netflix.
No,
sorry, you're not going to get any of the jokes for the rest of the show, Ship.
No, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that.
My
dad. Did you go in his basement? How was his basement?
We didn't go in his basement, but we saw his desk where he wrote Moby Dick. And in the window that he looked out of when he wrote Moby Dick. And did you know that Moby Dick was a commercial flop?
I did.
You did know that?
Yeah, there weren't any good commercials for it, and
This Sunday,
They couldn't market it.
Sunday. Have we got the book for you? Do you like whales? We've got whales.
Nobody liked it. Nobody liked Whales because the book was too long. It was too long. People didn't like it.
Yeah, it was way too long. Get to the point.
And they did like Billy Budd, but he died. He was dead already when that came out. So he had success after he died. He was a dock worker. He was basically ended his life as a dock worker for 20 years. That's why I cried. That was the crying part of the tour. Like, it was sad. And then like after he died, they found Billy Budd, like the pages of Billy Budd in a bread box. His wife had just saved like pages that he'd been writing and telling her to throw out. She'd been saving them. And then I read the book in like 7th grade or 8th grade. Great book. Did you read that book? It's good.
No.
And you probably didn't see the movie either.
Billy Budd?
Billy Budd. It's really good.
No.
That's when I learned that books could have metaphors. And that book is basically just like a lot of metaphors. I remember sitting in class and the guy's like, and this is like, he's supposed to be Jesus in this. I'm like, holy shit, he could be Jesus in this? And, it's not, and the captain's name is Veer, and that means truth.
Yeah.
A lot of that stuff.
Melville was really right on the nose with all of that stuff.
But he was a dock worker. He made his living as a dock worker.
Sure.
Anyway, his house was nice.
So what are you saying? Should I be down on the docks looking for the next great author?
No.
Did you write a book?
Yeah, it was, we went to Tanglewood. Do you know about Tanglewood?
I don't know about Tumbleweed.
No, it's an outdoor music venue where they have the Boston Symphony Orchestra plays and probably other things.
I don't know. Did you see the symphony? Is that why you're saying that plays there? Okay.
Yes, we saw Beethoven's Fifth. The da-na-na-na.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's all they played? Just that?
No, they more of that.
Da-na-na-na. Thank you. Good night.
No, and not just that part too. Not just that piece. There were other pieces too. I don't think it's that long. But Mrs. Cheapy, I looked over at Mrs. Cheapy during that performance, and the tears were like flowing down her face. I was like, "Oh my God!" Like I remember we went to a concert in Aspen, and we were in the front row for that. And I remember like getting teary eyed for this. This one, we were in the fucking last row. It's hard to hear. It wasn't like that emotional for me. Like, and I looked over and she's crying. And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" And then like I started to get a little emotional. Like, wow, she's really into it. She's having a great time. Like, this is awesome. But then, like, after, she told me that she was laughing because the conductor was making weird faces as he was, like, doing the no. Like, she wanted to see how intense he was going to be. And I guess he was making silly faces. And she was literally crying, laughing. Very classy.
Yes.
That's what, it's good we were in the last row. And the other good thing about being in the last row is when the concert ends, you get the fuck out of there because the parking's like a nightmare because it's all outdoors, like people just parking on grass and stuff. And everybody's old, like I mentioned before. So we just like blew by everybody, like we got out of there like 5 minutes. It was great. That's what's good about being around old people. You can walk much faster than they can.
Well, welcome home.
And they get out of your way too because they don't want to be trampled. Thank you. Yes. And thank
nice
you
to have you back.
And there's a Windows update that greeted me back. You know what happened? Like this Windows update does something with OneDrive, I think. And now my PC, my desktop PC and my laptop are now like synced somehow. I didn't ask for that. And now
you're welcome.
Now, so my desktop PC, I have like 4 monitors. I have so many fucking shortcuts on them, like an obnoxious amount of shortcuts on my screen. Which is fine at 1440p and multiple displays. But when that's now on my laptop, there's no more wallpaper. It's just all
you gotta pause the OneDrive.
Fucking OneDrive. And then
that happened to me too.
That's what's fucking up this thing. It's like trying to pull the profile off of my OneDrive. I don't know what it's doing. It's all bad. Thanks, Microsoft.
Yep.
Anyway, but the trip was good. And
that's nice.
Yeah.
Could have been worse. My basement flooded last week while you were having a good time.
It rained a lot while we were there, so yeah.
It was a combination of rain and whoever installed my washing machine
and raw sewage
5 years ago did a bad job of installing the drainage pipe.
Okay.
And the pipe bent. So water just came shooting out and it flooded half my basement. So it's dry finally. It literally took like 4 days to dry out, but we're
That's good.
I think we're good now.
Yeah.
Anyway, I was gonna say I also had my grandmother's 100th birthday.
Mazel tov. I bet you a
Yeah.
lot of people said Mazel tov there.
No,
What?
no.
That's such a thing to say, I feel.
Is it? I don't know.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
No, I mean, it was what was nice about it, other than the fact that it was my grandmother's 100th birthday, which is nice in itself.
They had pigs in a blanket.
They did not, but there was shrimp cocktail. So I prefer that. I got to see family that I hadn't seen in over a year. So,
right. I remember family.
Yeah. Remember families?
Yes.
I got to see mine. It was weird. Everyone there was vaccinated. So it was like a whole thing. And yeah, it was nice.
Everything seems to be back to normal now.
Normal-ish. Yeah.
I mean, are you back to playing basketball at the gym?
I've been back ever since I got vaccinated. Yeah.
Okay.
So
that's pretty normal there.
Yeah. It's fine. The tricky part is the kids, right? Like,
yeah, it's
because they're not vaccinated.
Exactly. Like Elliot is not vaccinated because he's not allowed to get vaccinated, but he was still at the party. And it's like, I guess we keep him outside as much as you can.
With a rope.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. A collar and a rope. So, yeah. But it was fine. He had a good time. He didn't even notice. He didn't even notice he was being like quarantined. So,
did you did he have some video games to play?
He did not. He had family to talk to. We're happy to talk.
Oh, they came outside to visit with him. That was nice.
Yeah. Most people, there was a big table
Brought
outside.
him a bowl of water.
Yeah. So
nice. Everybody had a nice summer vacation break, except you guys didn't do anything.
Well, my summer break isn't until August. I go away in August.
Nice. I'm looking forward to taking another break.
Yeah. You'll get to hear here's a little teaser for I guess the first week of September. I'm gonna give my review of the Cartoon Network Hotel. So
where's that?
That is in Lancaster, Pennsylvania.
Why is that there?
I don't know, but it was on the list of like possible places we could go at the end of August. And I gave the kids, I let the kids pick. I'm like, here's like a whole bunch of places we could go to at the end of August. Where do you want to go? And they both like ecstatically were like, Cartoon Network Hotel. And I'm like, all right, Cartoon Network Hotel.
I've never even heard of it. Is there some sort of connection that the Cartoon Network? They must be located there, I would guess.
Nope.
Nothing. There's no.
Right?
Yep.
Right.
There's a amusement park.
Yes, it's
right next to it.
It's next to Dutch Wonderland, which is like a mid-size amusement park. It's not as big as say that Kings Island. Like that would be a large amusement park.
I was just there yesterday.
I know, that's why I said it. And it's not, but it's bigger than say Adventureland.
I was just there yesterday.
No, you weren't.
I know. That place sucks.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's good if it's not 90 degrees out, I guess, and you don't know.
Yeah, and it's right next.
If you have low expectations.
Well, we've been to Dutch Wonderland before, so the kids know what they're getting into.
Are you allowed to do Dutch ovens in the hotel?
Of course, that's what it's for.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm curious to see how a Cartoon Network hotel is different than a regular hotel.
Well, we have a month, so we'll figure it out.
Excellent.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Should we do some show feedback?
I guess so.
There is some.
Dustin T has to say, please go back to weekly because a show every 2 weeks leaves a void in my life. Yeah, I understand. It's vacation time. Also, Snatcher33 says, geez, you guys take more time off than Howard Stern. We should be back for a nice run now, though. I don't think we have any more vacations.
But you just said you had a vacation.
Well, I mean, yeah, but mine, we'll do a show. It'll work out.
We're doing a show live from the Cartoon Network Hotel?
No, I think I'm home the night of the show and then leave the next day. Or we'll figure it out.
We can work around your schedule.
Yeah, no one cares about my thoughts and feelings.
Howard Stern is off till September.
Good for him.
He's been July and August. He's off.
Yeah, but he's also 87 years old. So there's a difference.
Well, yeah, he's still doing more shows than we are.
Yeah, I know.
And he's getting paid slightly more.
Just a smidge.
All right. Should we do Watch This, boys?
I don't see why not.
This is a comment and or question from Kurimanju. He says, what does Wombat watch when SNL is on break And does Shipwreck approve? I can answer that Shipwreck does not approve already.
No, he thinks I watch too much TV.
I had to mute. These guys got into it in the text message group about who watches more TV, and I couldn't hide the alerts on my phone fast enough. It was just like, this is an obnoxious discussion. It's a ridiculous discussion, and it's definitely Wombat. No, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't matter. It's not. There's no winner.
It isn't me.
It's not Wombat.
It's not you.
It's not
you watch less TV than I do.
I don't watch baseball.
I
Why don't you have a stopwatch, both of you, all of us, and we can have a journal, a TV journal.
Well, here's the thing, though, with me and TV is that one of the main shows I've been watching for the last, month or so is over. So I'm down a show now.
There's a lot of shows that you could pick up, though.
Are there, though? I don't know. I watched mostly movies in the last, I guess, 2 weeks since we've done a show. I watched
movies
a bunch.
Not count as TV?
No, I'm
sure.
saying it's like things that I watched and now I don't know what else I'm gonna watch next.
Okay.
Like I haven't been watching much episodic TV during the week.
Fair enough.
Yeah. That being like the fact that SNL is not on the air and that I finished Loki today.
How was it?
So it was good. I like the ending. The ending is weird. I'm not going to spoil it because it came out today.
Should I watch it?
I don't know.
Ty likes. Ty wants to watch it.
So watch it with Ty.
You watch anything though.
I don't know. What do you want asking me for?
I got him watching. I think you should leave with me.
Nice. That's funny.
He does not.
We're
understand
watching
what's
season
going
2.
on. He asked me. You watch the sloppy steaks one, and he turns to me and he goes, "Are sloppy steaks a real thing?" And I said, "What do you think?" And he's like, "Yes." Ship sloppy steaks it's when you take steaks. Only like real assholes would do this thing. Like,
yeah, I mean,
people
I was
who used to be assholes.
Is a piece of shit.
When
I was a real piece of shit, I used to go down and I used to get the sloppy steaks, but they would say, "No, don't make the sloppy steaks."
You pour water on the steaks.
You pour water on a steak.
It goes everywhere. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
But I only did that when I was a real piece of shit and I had slick back hair.
Right. I used to get the chicken spaghetti at the Chico's. What was it? No, chickenese, something like that. Anyway, we can't just do lines from I Think You Should Leave.
No, as much fun as it would be. That show is, I mean, and it's funny. It's like, he must know, like at this point when he's writing something, he's like, people are going to talk about this on the internet, but he's not on the internet. He's like famously not in. Tim Robinson from I Think You Should Leave is famously anti social media.
Okay.
So he also doesn't really like to do interviews and stuff. He did like, I think, one interview for season 2 of I Think You Should Leave. And yeah, so it's sort of interesting that he does these things that just kind of hit.
Yep. It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I see you watched Black Widow.
I did. I watched Black Widow. I enjoyed Black Widow.
How much you got to pay to watch Black Widow at home?
It is $30 to watch it at home. And I think that's a fair price when you watch it with a family.
Definitely.
Especially since it's not a rental per se where you watch it and then it goes away after 48 hours. I have it as long as I have Disney Plus. Yeah, so I can watch it multiple times.
Now that's Premier Access.
Yeah, it's kind of different. So I'm like, that seems worth it. For the 4 of us to go to a movie theater and watch the movie, it would have cost probably $60-$70.
And you can't keep it.
And I can't keep it.
And you can't put your hand down your pants as much.
Exactly. And I can't pause it when I have to pee. So
how was Black Widow?
I enjoyed it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was very good. I don't know if you'll like it or not. I have a feeling the answer is probably going to be no because you don't like things.
I like a lot of things. I like movies.
You don't like fun things.
I do like fun things.
No, you would be like, I don't understand the logic of this world.
Well, I don't like when that doesn't make sense. I will admit to that. That does bother me. When
I don't understand the logic of this. Wait a minute. She was a little girl in 1995. And now it's 2016 and she's an adult.
That's
I don't
logical.
understand. I don't understand this logic.
I understand that logic. That seems normal. That seems very normal. Oh,
I did. Yeah. I watched the Red Letter Media on it. They did not like it at all. So I don't know.
That gets me to watch movies actually, so I can watch the Red Letter Media criticism of it. But
yeah, they really hated it.
Do I have to watch all like Loki and the other thing?
No, you don't have to watch. No, you don't have to watch.
Falcon.
No, you don't have to watch any of that to understand what's going on in Black Widow.
Red Letter Media hates women though.
That is true.
Right. So I understand the criticism.
No, they literally made it like a point to shit on Captain Marvel during it too.
I know.
Yeah, they really dislike.
Captain Marvel was good.
I loved Captain Marvel. It's still one of my favorite Marvel movies.
Yeah, it's a fun movie.
I know. There's a certain section of the internet that has a strong dislike for Captain Marvel.
Are they men?
They might be. I'm just gonna say there's like this group of people.
Are they slightly unfuckable?
They might not have had sex in a while, and it may not be their choosing.
Right.
That really have a dislike of. But Black Widow was very good.
Okay.
It's funny. It's charming at parts. The relationship with the family. I really like how they played that out. David Harbour is actually really excellent in it, as is Florence Pugh. I would actually like to see more of both of them in other movies if they could make that work.
Just saw David Harbour in something.
I don't know.
What fuck was that?
Casino Royale?
No. Oh, I know another movie I watched. Keep talking while I write it down.
Okay. Now, another movie I watched that I think you might like, Cheapy.
Yes.
Or at least tolerate.
Yes.
But I think it might require substances for you.
Okay. I can make that happen.
Is Barb and Star Go to Vista Del Mar?
I saw that, and I think I tried to get... Is that an HBO Max?
It's on Hulu.
Oh, Hulu. Okay, no, I saw it on there then. Yeah. What's that about?
It is a comedy starring and written by Kristen Wiig.
I like her.
And it's very wacky and nonsensical at times. Lots of non sequiturs, very surreal. It's very silly. I enjoyed that movie too. It's probably a little too long.
Okay.
But if you like movies where characters break out in song for no reason and hallucinate talking animals and that kind of comedy,
okay.
And also lots of dirty words and sex.
Oh, I like that. It's got nudity.
No nudity, but lots of implied sex.
Male nudity, some man ass.
There is some
pumping man ass. They always manage to fit that in, no problem. They can always get the thrusting naked man ass, but everything else seems to be tough to get these days.
I think you would like. I think Shipwreck would be like, why? Why was this made?
Okay, that's good. I like this.
I have a question about that. The next thing that's on the list.
Yeah, the next thing is definitely is a how did this get made, which is another podcast. I watched and I sat through all of The Tomorrow War, starring Chris Pratt as a guy who kills aliens, I guess. I don't know.
I got an hour and a half into it and he hadn't killed any aliens yet.
Oh.
And I was done. I'm not going to watch the rest of that movie.
I have such suspicion for any Netflix action movie that is released after watching that.
This is Amazon Prime, by the way.
Oh, okay. I mean, has any of these services put out like a really good one of these?
Well, I was going to say the Tomorrow War was supposed to be a theatrical release. And then the pandemic hit and Amazon's like, we'll buy this from you instead of you releasing it theatrically so we can run it on our service.
Really? That movie was supposed to be a theatrical release?
Yeah, I know. Oh no, that's your reaction is the appropriate reaction to what I just said. That movie was supposed to be a theatrical release, which boggles my mind. It is not good. I will be the first person to say that. I watched it with
thank you for recommending I watch it.
I think that it has redeemable watchability, but I understand it's a bad movie. Like it makes no sense. Like the motivations make no sense. Their reasoning for doing anything in the movie is completely unnecessary.
Sounds like the old guard.
It's maybe worse than the old guard in that sense in movie logic.
Yikes.
Where there's no reason for them to do what they're doing because you just but I'm
Sure there is. It's to make sure that you got all the foreshadowing that they lay on in the first hour and a half.
Yeah, first of all, the opening sequence of this movie, what should have been 10 minutes, is like 45 minutes long. Because we get it. It's Chris Pratt. He's got to go to the future and fight in the Tomorrow War. We get it. That's what's going to happen. We don't need 45 minutes of build up for that.
Right.
Especially when you find out at the end of the movie, he never needed to do that to begin with.
Oh, I don't care.
I know you don't care. So
it was all a dream. He hit his head on the bathroom sink.
No, it's not that bad.
Oh.
It's just, it's like, wait a minute. They could have done this an hour ago and ended this movie.
Well, I watched some good stuff that I can recommend easily. Yeah. We rented Werewolves Within. Specifically,
that's the Sam Richardson movie.
Is that a guy?
Yes,
actor, director.
Movie. Yeah, he's also in I Think You Should Leave, and he's also in the Tomorrow War.
Oh, is that the guy from the Buff Babies?
Yes, the Buff Baby pageant host.
Was that the daughter from Tomorrow War?
No, it's the best
Buff
friend.
Boys. Sorry, Buff Boys. Buff Boys.
Buff Boys.
Quite a crop of Buff Boys.
I don't even remember there being a best friend.
He meets him at the training. I don't even know what we're doing here.
That's what you're saying, best friend. Okay.
Oh, we gotta go fight aliens.
Yep.
So Werewolves Within is based on the game.
Yes.
It's an Ubisoft joint. And
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew that.
It's actually the highest rated like video game movie.
Is it good?
It's funny. It's funny. It's cute. It's I don't think it's particularly scary. It's a little gross, like at most things today. Like I think I remember it being a little more gory than it needed to be, but it's clever and it's all the characters are good and interesting. And I guess in keeping, I'm not familiar with Werewolves Within in any format, but I realize that the idea is you're supposed to guess who the werewolf is, and that's what happens in the movie. There's a werewolf, and you don't know who the werewolf is, and you try to play along, try to guess. It's very good. It was worth the $6.99 rental or whatever it was.
Okay, I was thinking of the right game. It looks like a kid's game for VR or something.
Yeah, but this is not for kids. The movie is not.
The game
for kids.
is E for everyone.
The movie is R for extreme violence.
Perfect.
Yeah. It was good though. I recommend that for sure. We also watched No Sudden Move, which is on HBO Max. That's the new Don Cheadle and Benicio del Toro movie that takes place in the 50s. And that's really well done. Brendan Fraser is in that as well. And so is, we just talked about him. David Harbour. David Harbour. No, Pauly Shore. David Harbour is in it.
It's the Weasel. It's the 50s.
He's coming back.
Don Cheadle.
I like the Weasel. Anyway, No Sudden Move on HBO. It has a very unique look to it because it's using camera lenses from the 50s. So it's like a fisheye. Everything looks fisheye. It's a little, in my opinion, maybe just use those lenses in some of the shots and not all of them, because sometimes it's great and sometimes you're like, wow, I'm getting a little disoriented and it's a little weird. Maybe we could just have a normal shot once in a while. But definitely check out No Sudden Move. It was really interesting too. It's like a heist and about I don't even want to tell you what it's about, because it's if you go in blind, all this shit is much better. But it's like sort of like a crime drama, let's say. And if you're a Brendan Fraser fan, you won't want to miss it. And we also watched last night. We watched The White Lotus, which is a new HBO Max series, comedy dramedy. Very clever. There's only one episode now out, and it takes place in a resort in Hawaii, and it's this is an adult show.
Okay, I know what that show is.
It was very funny and clever. The first episode. Mrs. Cheapy's on board. If Mrs. Cheapy gives the thumbs up, it's classy. So yeah, that's what we've been watching. At Kyle Deckard writes in and he says, "Thanks to Shipwreck and Wombat for suggesting Ted Lasso. My wife and I are big Scrubs fans. We got a free year of Apple TV with our phone and watched Ted Lasso after hearing you guys talk about it. Not sure the cost of Apple TV, but the show is amazing and worth a watch.
Season 2 starts in a week.
Yep.
23rd.
Yep. And I still can't believe how much you guys dismiss Scrubs.
I just never watched it.
Why did you say I dismissed it? It's not as good as
I lump you
Ted
two
Lasso.
together as one person.
Okay. I watched all of Scrubs.
Yeah.
I haven't watched any of it. So I have
it was
no
good.
opinion
I don't need to watch Scrubs again.
No, you don't need to watch Scrubs again. Cheapy should watch Scrubs from the beginning. Speaking of Brendan Fraser.
I got other stuff to do.
You should binge Scrubs.
I mean, I'm watching Ted Lasso. I'm watching it with Ty. He likes it. He's not getting all the nuances.
I'm
but,
excited for Schmigadoon this week.
That looked pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's decent. I think it got pretty good reviews.
Oh, we'll find out after I watch it.
Sounds good. Would you like to say a word from our sponsor?
Sure. You want to know about HelloFresh?
I know a lot about it. I'm maybe the one person on the planet that doesn't need to hear any more about HelloFresh.
Well, I was
Shipwreck.
about to ask you, what is HelloFresh? Well, with HelloFresh, you get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. That's why it's America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh cuts out stressful meal planning and grocery store trips so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just about 30 minutes or less. You could try their quick and easy meals, 15 to 20-minute dinners, breakfast on the go, and more with easy options to fit your busy lifestyle. They offer 50 menu and market items each week, including ready-to-eat salads, sandwiches, and soups. There's something for everyone to enjoy, with all recipes designed and tested by professional chefs and nutritional experts to ensure deliciousness and simplicity. Get better value. HelloFresh is 28% cheaper than shopping at your local grocery store and 72% cheaper than a restaurant meal without sacrificing the quality. You may have heard us talk about Green Chef. Green Chef is now owned by HelloFresh, and with a wider array of meal plans to choose from, there is something for everyone. We love switching between the brands, and now you guys can too with our wonderful discounts.
Wonderful.
I have been a customer of HelloFresh for years. We get their meals every week. We love them. We eat them. I've been eating a lot of. They have a lot of salads. I guess because it's summer. They're really good. I like anything that has chicken and kale and sweet potatoes. Actually, I really like that one a lot. I mean, HelloFresh, you can't go wrong. You just go to hellofresh.com/CAGcast14 and use code CAGcast14 for up to 14 free meals plus shipping. That's hellofresh.com/CAGcast14 and use code CAGcast14 for up to 14 free meals plus free shipping. It's HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.
Nice. Meanwhile, during the commercial, I transformed Ravage like back and forth from the cassette tape, like no problem, muscle memory.
Nice work.
Thank you. Haven't done that in a long time.
That's a difficult one.
Well, putting it back is difficult. Holding the legs up.
Oh, you got to tuck his feet in.
The cassettes are all easy to transform, but
Okay,
I put it back on the first try. That's all.
Good job.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Soundwave's gonna do some push-ups on my desk here.
Lovely.
Let's move on to the new releases. Actually played some of these, so we're like really on top of things this week.
I played one of these.
Go for it.
Is that why it's highlighted?
Yeah, man.
I played some Sniper Elite VR on the Oculus.
How is that?
It's pretty cool.
Is it?
I mean, it's a
Is that the
sniper
nut
game.
shot one?
Huh?
Yes.
Is that the one with the testicles?
That has the nut shots, and now
So you get the
see
nuts and testicles in VR right in your face.
right in your face in
right,
3D.
Right there.
Is
You
it
like
awesome?
that?
It must be
You
pretty
like it?
good.
It's
Right
actually, I got a headshot. The first time you get that headshot, and you see the slow
testicle shot.
motion, and you see the head just kind of
Testicles.
It's kind of cool. Testicles. It's really cool. It's very like I don't want to say realistic because you're not really holding a gun, but you have to use both hands. You have to use both controllers. You can't shoot the gun unless you're like this.
Right. You're
The
simulating
controller.
holding a
Yeah.
gun. That's cool.
And between each shot, you actually have to move the bolt because it's the bolt action rifle, and you go,
Yeah.
and you see the bullet pop out, and you go, and you got to do it. So it takes time between each shot.
Yeah.
And so you have to kind of be aware of your surroundings, and you sometimes have to physically duck behind a wall to not get shot at, and then stand up. And it has the sights. So you're going like this, and you're looking in the sight of the rifle to get that view. It's really cool. It's very well done. I would say my only complaint about the game is I feel like the movement could be a little bit better, because sometimes they want you to go a fairly long distance, but the click to move is a short distance, so you find yourself just kind of hopping forward a lot.
Right.
It'd be nice if you could just go a little bit further. But other than that, I mean, it is exactly what you expect it to be if you've played a Sniper Elite game before, and what you would want it to be in VR.
It's probably pretty fun because it would remind me of those arcade sniper games, and this is going to be like really.
It is.
You're really looking through. Like it must look really cool.
It does, and it is exactly like Silent Scope. Yes.
I bet you that they do pretty well with this game. I see it's on PSVR also. I feel like a lot of gamers know this title. They're probably going to sell a lot of copies of this game.
Yeah.
I mean, not a lot. I mean, relatively.
Yeah.
So that's cool. That's out this week. I played Police Stories. That is out. It's been out on a lot of things.
What is Police Stories?
So I just happened to be on Twitch, and I watched, I follow Kinda Funny Games, and they were playing this game called Police Stories. And I was like, shit, this looks cool. So I immediately bought it, and I was glad to see that it was less than $13. It's a top-down, like retro-style game where you're cops going into hostile situations, but you can't shoot the guy unless he's drawn on you. You have to try to subdue him, using very, very loose police procedure. You have to subdue.
It sounds like it's better police procedure than
perhaps, depending on the situation.
Procedure, but yeah.
And it's a co-op. It's a local co-op game, 2 players. So I figured I'd get it, play it with Ty. It's very difficult. I mean, they have like a easy mode and the standard mode, and I wanted to play the standard mode. And after about a half an hour, Ty left the room because he had enough of me yelling at him. But it's a really a good pickup for $15 game if you have a friend to play with you locally. There's no online co-op. It's a small. You could play with your son, perhaps.
He doesn't like me.
I think. I mean, it's fun. Check it out. It just came. It's been out on other systems, but I think this is the week that it's out on Xbox. It's a fun little game. If that sounds interesting to you, like old school tactical police shooter, and it's challenging. You dropped your Shipwreck doll?
No, I picked up and dropped my mouse on my keyboard.
Damn, pro gamer
about it.
Those are pro gamer moves right there.
It definitely was.
The other new release that we can report on this week is actually a WhipSmart. Where is my WhipSmart? Here it is. My WhipSmart Spank Bank game of the week. It's called Beauty Bounce. It's a visual novel. It's the sequel to Beach Bounce Remastered. You remember, Ship. Remember, you put that on your wish list.
Direct sequel, or is it a prequel? Or
direct sequel. It continues the adventures of the staff of the beach resort, as you, of course, remember. But this time, it's a beauty pageant. There's highly suggestive art, but no nudity. It's much shorter than the first game, Ship, so I don't know. But there's 7 different endings, and it receives WhipSmart Banky's semi-hot rating for the week. And the code was provided by our friends at Gamuzumi. I feel like they could have a name for that company that's more direct to what they're doing. Like Jizco. No, maybe not Jizco. How about I don't know. Wombat tuned out.
Yeah.
I did.
he's looking at something else. I don't know.
I know, when I see Wombat's ear, then.
Oh, you're talking about Beauty Bounce. I'm tuning out.
We're talking about new releases.
No, you're talking about Beauty Bounce.
I saw a tweet today that somebody put together, and they said the Nintendo Switch has 20 games that you would qualify as lewd games. Not games that have some lewd content, but 20 games that you can say these are lewd games, or like hentai games. I don't know what the real
porn
name is.
Can you say porn instead of lewd?
Pornish. Well, I don't know. I think that's what the community refers to them as lewd. I think that's what they call them. I'm not making up the terminology.
Sounds like a word from the 70s.
Well, they're trying to make it sound classy. If you're a fan of that, you're going to want to make it sound.
Want to go see a lewd movie?
I mean,
hey kids, you like lewd movies?
If you're going to come up with the nickname for the thing that you enjoy, you're going to make it sound good. You're not going to make it sound like perverted.
You want some lewds to go with your lewds?
Perverted games for scum. Like, that sounds bad. Dirtbag games. Real.
I like dirtbag games.
Anyway, any other new releases that we need to talk about? Those are the ones that we've had experiences with here at the CAGcast. Team CAGcast.
No, I haven't played any of these new releases.
You haven't?
Good. Yeah.
Not shopping mall parking lot?
I did. That was what made me drop my mouse on my keyboard as I was looking up to see what shopping mall parking lot was.
What is it? I gotta know.
It seems like it's just a car game from like Google Play from like 2018 where you go
Nintendo.
and like park your car in a shopping mall.
Nintendo is going for what we call the long tail, the traditional definition of the long tail of retail, where they just fucking put everything on there, and who cares? Like, somebody will buy shopping mall parking lot.
Shopping mall parking lot. It's got a good name. That made me go look it up because that sounds like a situation that could be fun. It could be a zany game about things that happen in a shopping mall parking lot, a physics-based type thing, or
right.
People dinging your doors and people getting into fights, and
yeah. This is where Occam's razor comes into play, where the most likely outcome is the most expected one.
Yeah,
the game is not
I looked
good.
it up. Yeah, I looked it up. Well, it was actually parking cars. Parking.
It could be good though. It's a good idea for a game.
I haven't played it. It could be great. I mean, there could be a reason why Nintendo brought this over from 3 years back.
I don't think they brought it.
I think Nintendo knows what's on the Switch.
They're just like, fuck it. Like, it's a strategy, right? Like, just have as whatever, and someone's probably going to buy Crash Drive 3 for $20, and then Nintendo gets their 30%.
In my day,
is that the latest Crash Drive game?
in my day, the Nintendo name meant something. If the game was on the console,
seal of quality.
They had to have the seal of quality, and now they're like, now they just take a big old shit on the seal of quality.
Right, and cereal too. You knew it'd be good cereal.
What's good cereal?
There's monster trucks in this game. I don't know.
That could be good.
Could be fine.
Anything else in new releases that we should talk about?
I don't think so.
Interesting. Okay, let's move on to Wombat's Fortnightly News. There's no music this week because everything's broken.
And I guess I
said there's no music this week. You must have misheard me. I said there's no music.
I hear it.
With you.
That's a cow being murdered.
Let's hear it fade out.
By the way, while I was on my trip in the Berkshires, we stayed at like this. It was like a nice motel. I'd say like an upscale motel.
Hotel.
I mean, like price wise for sure. Anyway, about 1:30 in the morning, it sounded like our neighbor was about to be murdered because she was screaming, "Get out!" and like bad things. It wasn't sex. Like I thought, like, oh, is somebody getting like drilled right now? But no, she was clearly saying like, "Get the fuck out! Don't come!" Like, I don't want to see. Like, and to the point where I was like, do I have to call somebody because somebody might die and it's gonna fuck my vacation up if somebody dies in the room next to me, probably. And also, I don't want someone to die.
Good save.
Yeah, but I didn't do anything. I stared at the ceiling. I stared at the ceiling and I said, "What should I do? Should I call somebody?" And then I was like, "Mrs. Chivi, should I do anything?" And then I woke up and there was no police, so I think it was okay. It all worked out. And then we went to a different hotel. That was planned. Anyway, so we're in Wombat's Fortnightly News you can tell from the lack of music. What do we got, Wyatt? I've selected many stories from you to choose.
I was gonna say, so obviously you put this one on top. Let's do a little bit of Fortnite check-in. LeBron James is in the game as of this evening. I don't care. It's LeBron. He still won't admit whether or not he got the vaccine.
Oh, is that why you don't care?
Yeah, that's so I don't care.
Wombat doesn't like anything that LeBron James does.
I don't.
But what if he said that he got the vaccine? Would you buy his skin?
No, I still wouldn't buy his skin.
No, he still wouldn't care. He still hate him.
It's not a hate thing. I just don't care.
Wombat doesn't watch basketball.
Yeah, I'm not a basketball guy. It's not like it's a Curtis Martin skin. Yeah, that's where I went.
I don't even know who that is.
Curtis Martin.
He was a running back for the
running
Jets
back? Okay,
in the early 2000s.
You skipped completely to a different
sport. Retired player. Yes.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Yep. And University of Pittsburgh graduate turned New York Jet rushing leader, all-time rushing leader Curtis Martin. But anyway,
right.
That's neither here nor there.
So you're not going to get the LeBron James skin.
No, I do like the big wing back bling. They are nickel and diming the set a little bit. I know, what a shock, but it's not for me.
This is all Space Jam stuff.
Yeah, here's the thing. Nike posted on Twitter a reusable code for Fortnite that had the Toon Squad outfit LeBron James, and it was good for like 2 hours. And I missed it.
Oh, fuck. No wonder why you hate him.
You didn't know. I think you meant you boycotted it.
Yeah, I boycotted it. So,
Ship, how come do you think LeBron doesn't want to say that he got vaccinated or not?
I think it's because it's a little bit of the Republicans and Democrats both by Nike's thing. He wants people to go see Space Jam.
So you think? Well, do you think that's what he thinks, or someone's told him in the corporate world?
No, I think
that's his doing on his own.
That's his doing. I think he just doesn't want to get in the middle of it. And
does he need more money? Does he need like every last cent? Like
he could be saving lives, because there are people like this. If you search LeBron vaccine, there's like all these people on Twitter like, I won't get the vaccine until LeBron does. So there are people waiting for LeBron to get the vaccine.
Mm-hmm.
And he won't say whether or not he got the vaccine, so he could be saving lives. Mm-hmm. Instead, he wants to sell those.
Yeah, that's pretty weak.
Space Jam 2 tickets.
Fuck that. That movie looks like it's gonna be fucking hot shit. Also, in a bad way.
I'm gonna watch that movie.
Cold diarrhea.
Gonna watch that movie.
Do you think the Clockwork Orange guys are still on there? The Droogs?
They definitely are.
They are.
Definitely are.
Confirmed.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
They
That's
actually
so
replaced
wrong.
the Tasmanian Devil with one.
No. Why? What did he do? He
Oh,
did something worse than the Droogs?
Yeah,
he did something worse than rape and kill a woman?
Yeah, you weren't there when the Tasmanian Devil got canceled.
It must have been pretty bad. I mean,
he called Daffy Duck the N-word.
Yeah, that is bad. But not as bad as raping and killing people.
Daffy Duck, N-word.
By the way, in the 70s, like raping and killing was like, everything's so PC now. But back in the 70s and 80s, like we were told, raping and killing's okay, and making fun of each other is okay, like bullying is okay, everything's fine. But now, like, can't do any of that stuff. It's hard.
I can't tell if you're serious or not.
That's the joke. What else we got here in your fortnightly news?
Did you know that some idiot bought a copy of Super Mario Brothers 64 for $1.5 million?
Shipwreck is going to explain this.
Who are you calling an idiot?
Shipwreck's going to explain this. There's something fishy going on here.
There's definitely something.
Isn't it like a money laundering scheme?
It's got to be something along those lines. It's either that or it simply is somebody who has a ridiculous amount of money.
Palmer Lucky.
That is speculating about what this is, right? It's a landmark game, right? Like that's one of the pivotal games in gaming history, right? Like Super Mario 64 changed everything for 3D games. But it's also extremely common. I'm sure there are plenty of sealed copies of it still out there that everybody's going to go find now. And it's so much money.
Well, I need, what I'm looking for is an explanation on how this makes sense financially. Is it like sort of like a collusion between collectors who are like sort of agreeing to invest a large amount of money into these games?
It's that, and it's from that's like Heritage Auctions or whatever, isn't it, as well?
I'm not really familiar with any of this stuff.
It a little bit could be some advertising for them as well, that if you get, I mean, $1.5 million to make your auction site be like the premier place for video games, like for these sealed video games, these rated video games.
Right.
If you get that in there, and like it's not that much to get yourself in, like as a business wise,
right?
It's not that absurd of an investment if it's like gets you all eyes on you, and you have your people who are rating these games, the WADA or what have you,
right?
And it smells fishy. It smells really like there's no way that one should be 1.5 million.
Right. But I see what you're saying. It sounds like sort of collusion and a marketing investment in and like future business that these guys can do. All like this community of grading, selling, and the people who are, I guess,
grading is
laundering their drug money.
Laundering money, yeah. There's something going down. I mean, video game prices are absurd right now to begin with, but nothing to that level.
Yep. Okay. Good. I knew we could sort this out. What else, Wombat, tickles your fancy from these items in your fortnightly news?
Sure. I'll go next with on the Nintendo tip, and the Mario with the watch. Have you seen the new Mario watch?
The Tag Heuer, is that how you say it?
I believe, is it Tog?
Tag Heuer? Tag Heuer?
Yeah, Tog.
I think that's it. Tag Heuer.
Yeah, that's it. It's a $2,000 watch with
it's expensive.
Look, it's me, $2,000.
It's too much.
It's a smartwatch too, right? Like it's a digital watch face.
I think it's like, is it limited in its smart
I'm sure
features?
it is, because it's $2,000.
Yeah.
No, limited in its smart feature. Yeah, I'm sure it's not as good as an Apple Watch. I mean,
that's what I mean.
It's not. That's why I only.
But you're not buying it because it's for that. You're buying it because it's a Tog.
I mean, I'm not a watch guy. I don't know, but I read some of the replies on their Twitter, Tog's Twitter, when they announced this, and they were like, "This doesn't seem like it fits with your brand. Like, I buy your watches. Like, why are you? This is like a kid's thing. Like, what are you doing? Like, it doesn't even look like their products."
It doesn't. Like I was in a Burlington store, and they had a nice selection of like Sonic and Mario watches. They were there they were $10 each.
Burlington Coat Factory?
Yeah.
Oh, I love that store.
Yeah. So they were there. They had a good selection of Mario and Sonic and Minecraft, all your heavy hitters in the watch community. $10 each.
Yep.
I mean, it'll probably hold its value because
those watches hold their value.
Yeah, it's just an odd one. It's just a really odd collaboration here.
Yeah, I don't quite get it, but I'm not a watch guy or a Mario guy.
You could buy a Tog at Walmart for $969.
Nope. Apple Watch. You can't do better than. I mean, I haven't actually checked out the other smartwatches, but I'm guessing that Apple Watch is probably the best one, and it's pretty good. Like, you can control your lights, your air conditioning, and your door, and all that shit. I don't think Mario's doing that. He's not doing that. He's just gonna spin around and punch mushrooms. It's gonna suck. What else we got here, Wombat? Want to talk about your summer of Mass Effect?
Oh, sure. We could do that now. I finished Mass Effect's trilogy, limited edition, or whatever it's called.
No,
all
you didn't.
3.
What?
Yes, I did.
All 3?
I completed Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3.
What's the clock on that? Do we have a clock on that?
It's got to be a hell of a clock. I'm gonna say it's got to be like 110 would be my guess. because it doesn't. There's something wrong with the gameplay timer on Mass Effect 2 where it never quite worked.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with 110. That's my guess.
Somebody's got to find when we first started talking about Mass Effect Remastered, and where I'm sure Wombat expressed really little interest in going through it. I remember him saying
no, I totally did.
Nah, fuck that. And you went from that to playing through all of them. That's
all of it. I played all 3. I finished all 3. I got to the end. I got to carry over all my stuff. Here's what I'll say. When you do play it all in one clip, it does flow almost as one long game. So you do get that. It was fun to play with my son because he totally got into the storyline. So he was into that. And it's funny now because he's like, he wants to know why they don't sell more Mass Effect merchandise. Like, that's because I'm like, well, it's because they kind of screwed themselves. Yeah.
That could have been a friend. That could have been like the clothing was even cool because it looks like Star Trek enough, and people buy the shirts and the hoodies. Like, why?
He wants the hoodie. He wants an N7 hoodie. I'm like, I don't make that in your size. So
I'll tell you, when you read like the Jason Schreier books, you understand why they stopped making those games, because everything is like cyclic. Like they have an idea, like, oh, no one's playing single player games anymore. Can't make any more single player games. Got to make these asynchronous multiplayer games. Got to go do that. And then but there's no thought. Like the people still fucking playing these games. Like, don't abandon the whole franchise because there's some new hot thing that's around. You can multitask.
And they, it's funny because when we finished it, he wanted to see what Mass Effect Andromeda was like. So I installed it and we played some Mass Effect Andromeda. And he describes it as, this seems like a game that was made by Mass Effect fans that tried to make a Mass Effect game, but didn't really do a good job.
Isn't that what happened?
That is basically what that game is. I just was giving him credit for kind of nailing it after, and I only played a couple of hours of that. I'm not going to play that again.
Basically, you went to the all-you-can-eat seafood restaurant, shut it down.
Yes.
And then you went fishing.
And then it is 100% what happened. Because oh my god, those games are so good. And that's the other thing. It's like there really isn't a single player game that's come out like that since that. I mean, I don't say there's been no good single player games. There's been a lot, but nothing really like that. With that, with that style of gameplay, that sort of not quite an open world, but not quite linear. There was a lot going on in those games, not just the space theme, but just in the gameplay, how leveling up worked, the crew aspect. And they never did anything with that. Like they just came up with all these new systems and EA just didn't even do anything with it. It's very strange.
The game business is ridiculous. It's like the fact that anything gets finished is pretty amazing.
And Mass Effect 2 is legit. That game is so good.
Yes. Yep. I've been playing a game. I don't think it's particularly new, but I think I saw a video of it and I decided I wanted to buy it and play it, and I did. It's called Breath Edge. I think it's available on anything. It's very similar to Subnautica. I guess you would call that like the crafting adventure genre. So it's like Subnautica, but in space, with humor. And the setup is you're traveling on a spaceship. It was actually like a funeral spaceship, and there was like a big accident and everything exploded, and now you're stranded in space. There's all these coffins floating through space, and you have to craft stuff to survive and explore, and eventually, you can breathe longer in space, and you get vehicles and that type of thing. It's really cool. I guess my biggest complaint is that I bought the Xbox. I'm playing on Xbox One Series X, and I don't think there's any Series X improvements for it, because I've seen it on PC and it looks like really stunning on PC, and it could look that way on the Xbox too. I know, but they haven't done anything with that. Other than that, if you like Subnautica, I think this is, and you want that in space with a little more humor. The humor is like hit or miss. There was a scene, most of it is missed, but there's something happened when I played yesterday that I laughed out loud so fucking hard. and I don't want to tell you what it is because it'll ruin it. But it was really funny and clever. So I'm just in the beginning, like chapter 1 anyway. But Breath Edge, it's pretty cool.
I've been playing Scarlet Nexus, but I'm only about an hour and a half into that. But it's really good. You guys would hate it.
Yeah,
I watched the video of it or
it's
Twitch.
Cool. It's cool. The combat's real neat with you got the psyops type powers and everything.
Yeah, it looked
It's
pretty
good.
cool. Anything for the Quest corner? We talked about Elite Sniper VR. You know, my hand still hurts from when I punched the couch playing Echo VR. Like that was like 2 months ago, I think.
Maybe you should go to a doctor.
It's getting better, but it's not ideal for sure. It makes me not want to play because I need this finger. This finger like is pretty important on my right hand. Like I need that. Like I'm holding the table tennis paddle. Using it for pick my nose. I need that. It's important.
Your wife's favorite finger.
We'll get to that later in the CAG bag. That's a segment in the CAG bag.
Oh, wonderful.
Let's see. I think we have a What Would Wombat Do? Let me just dive into this real quick.
Right, I can't wait.
It's a short one, and it'll be fun.
Mm-hmm.
This is from Shane. He says, basically, he worked really hard to pre-order an Xbox Series X, like through every possible retail channel. And he finally was able to score one through Target. And then, whenever the thing comes out, finally, can't wait for the thing to show up, and comes downstairs, and there's 2 boxes, identical boxes in his driveway, both from Target, both the same. Opens them up. They're both Xbox One Series X's.
Okay.
He looks on the shipping labels, the tracking numbers were identical. Everything was like, on the label was identical. And he calls Target, and Target like really like doesn't know. Obviously, they don't know what the fuck's going on. Like, what are they going to tell you to do? They were like, they didn't know what to do. Basically, he said he could return it in store for a full refund if he didn't want it. So, Wombat, what do you do?
That's a tough one because I mean, I'm gonna assume like myself, you would have no use for 2 Xbox Series X's.
He actually called Target to see what he should do with it, and he checked to see that he wasn't charged for it twice.
So if he wasn't charged for it, and Target, again, he's in the clear because he called Target.
Yeah.
To do with it basically whatever he wants. I mean, the path of least resistance. What
would you do, Wombat? That's it. You shouldn't think about it too hard. This is what would you do?
I'm going to go with the path of least resistance and just return that second one back to Target.
And now you've got a free Xbox.
And now you've got a free Xbox, and someone else somewhere will get an Xbox at retail price.
Okay, there you go. Well,
that I feel like might be the easiest way to go about it.
That is a good answer. Shane basically sold it to his friend for
I was gonna say that's
$400.
That's the other option. You just sell it for what you paid for it,
right?
And just
he got a deal. He got
and it's still the same thing.
He made $400. Everybody worked out good. Well, worked out well for everyone. Okay. What else do we got here? Some CAG bag questions. This is from @SGN2010. He says, I asked this question 3 or 4 years ago, and GPD was in the lead with 2 or 3 times a week. With everyone's children older now, out of the 3 of you, who is getting laid the most? Can anyone beat? Well, I asked Mrs. Chibi right before we did the show. I told her, see what I did. I'm so smart. I told her, hey, Mrs. Chibi, somebody wrote in this question and blah, blah, blah. See, like, if she'd be upset about me asking it, and she wasn't. And she says that actually we're up to, at least because of the pandemic, and that she doesn't have to go to work like so early, much. Doesn't have to go to work much in terms of commuting, that it's definitely made it easier to have sex because you don't have to go to bed as early. And so we're up to like 3 times a week, 3 to 4, but 3 definitely. Anybody beat that?
That's a lot. No, I'm not going to beat that. I might be at a 2, and that's also because we're both home, and we'll both like do the Supernatural in the morning, And then by then the kids are gone.
The exercise.
The exercise game.
Oh,
Sorry.
I didn't know. I thought this was a term for something.
It's a sex position.
It's the supernatural.
That's when you just fuck air.
It's like
you both fuck air.
Yeah. So it's already like, well, we have to take a shower and it's already kind of late. So let's just get in the shower. So
sexy.
You got it.
Shipwreck, can you beat me off?
I cannot.
Winner.
Shipwreck still has young children. He's at the wait, is it someone's birthday?
Is that somebody walking? Is that somebody walking outside our door?
Did I miss? Wait, what's going on here? Did I miss a birthday?
Who is
it my birthday?
Which one are you again? Which one are you? Well, thank you. Well, Mr. Cheapy will be happy to know that we're still
good. I'm glad.
At Andrew asks, does Shipwreck have an update on his fancy cat litter box? That's funny because I was just thinking about that the other day.
Who doesn't think about it? My cats. My cats don't think about it.
That means it's good.
No, they don't. They don't. The problem is they don't use it very often because we have the other litter boxes still there.
Oh, they're not even using it?
Not often, no.
What?
They have. We've got 4 cats. I don't know if I told you we got a 4th cat. It's got 3 legs and no tail.
Oh yeah. What's his name? Lucky?
Smudge. Smudge is his name. And so we've got 4 litter boxes and only one of them is smart. Right?
One of the cats is smart or one of the litter boxes?
One of the cats is smarter than the other ones.
Right.
Man, that seems plausible.
So I think we didn't commit to it hard enough, right? We didn't say like, okay, you don't have
it's your fault.
You don't have any other options here. It was
why didn't you do that? I feel like I feel like that's a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
You're making your life harder for no reason. Get on that.
It's not my chore anyways. So
right, I see.
All right.
I'm not.
I would drop dead the minute I walked into your house.
From cat attack?
You just stay in a different area of the house.
The cat allergies don't work that way.
They're everywhere. You can't go to Howard Stern's house either.
No, I could not. No.
He has like 30 cats.
I know.
What else we got here? At Kabang Chu writes in, he says, which is the better looter shooter? Destiny 2, Borderlands 3, or Outriders?
What's Outriders?
Outriders is that Game Pass one. Yeah, that was a joke. I mean, I'm going to go with whichever one you enjoy playing the most is the right answer. Is that?
Destiny 2 and Borderlands 3 are both very, very good.
I know, but they're also both very different.
They're very, very different as well. Yes.
Borderlands 3, I can play by myself and offline. Destiny 2, I cannot do that with. Outriders is like some weird hybrid in the middle. They're so different. I wouldn't say Borderlands 3 and Destiny 2 are the same genre. So I say that this question is it gets disqualified.
All right.
I disqualify the question.
All right. Shanafan writes in and he asks, does Shipwreck have any interest in the newly announced Cubert arcade minis? You know what that is? You're Googling it right now.
No, I do. It's Retro. What's the name of that company?
Retrocade? No.
What up?
No. These are the ones that are 1/6 size.
Oh,
okay.
I'm forgetting the name of that company currently, but they're good quality. I'm interested in it. It's an odd size, like, right? So it's a foot tall. Like, I mean, it's 1/6 size, right? They're normally like 6 feet tall.
How much is this? You know,
$130, I think, for the early ability to purchase.
Okay.
And then I just don't like running out of space for that type of stuff.
Right.
Like that takes up some space. You gotta carve out a space for that.
You don't have space for Cubert in your life?
I'm tempted to get it. I am. It looks cool. It's just, it's an odd size. Like it's not going to fit on a shelf real well because it's a foot tall.
Right. Keep it in your bathroom.
All right. I'll do that.
While you're sitting on the bowl, you could.
Yeah.
Probably enough room for, it's probably a good size for a bathroom, actually. Think about it.
I will.
Make sure people wash their hands though before they use it. It's gross. All right. I think we've made it to the end of the show. Hopefully my microphone sounds okay.
I'm sure it's
too late now, but you would have tuned out already. Anyway, thank you for listening. As always, you should watch us every Wednesday night. Well, most Wednesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern time on twitch.tv/cheapassgamer. I mean, we really haven't missed very many weeks at all when you look at like the last 2 years. Like it's been pretty solid. Join the CAG Discord, discord.gg/CAG, where we're talking about the VR stuff and I don't know. It's probably talking about live out like Loki on there. I'm thinking. I haven't looked at it because I was on vacation. Trying not to look at the phone so much. And then watch us on Friday on Twitch, 4 p.m. Me and Curry Manju are talking about shit. I'm going to meet Curry Manju tomorrow. And I am bringing him my old PlayStation 4 and 3 excellent games. Can you guess what the 3 excellent PlayStation 4 games I'm bringing? Top tier games. If you're going to bring 3 premier PlayStation 4 games to somebody who does not have a PlayStation 4.
Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh yeah, I should give him that one. He's got too many. I would give it to him. Maybe I have the digital one on that.
I have no idea. A God of War game?
No. Spider-Man.
Horizon?
Horizon, yep.
Spider-Man, Horizon, and Ratchet and Clank.
I don't have that.
Oh, it's a good game.
Or maybe the old one. The old one.
The PS4 one.
No, I was going to give him Uncharted 4.
Oh, okay, sure.
That was great.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he's excited.
Yeah.
Yeah. Make sure you use Fortnite creator code Wombat5277.
Especially if you're buying that LeBron James.
Wait a minute. What happened to the boycott?
I never said boycott. I just said he should do something. He should open his fat mouth.
His mouth is fat?
I don't know.
He should, yeah, that is weak though. What the hell, man? Just fucking say it. I mean, it's a fact. It's not like you either did or you didn't.
You did or you didn't, and it'll save lives.
Unless he said he didn't.
Unless he said he didn't, and in which case
we don't want to know.
And in which case it's like, well, then I guess I can't. I do have to boycott it now.
Right. In which case he should shut his fat mouth.
Exactly.
All right. Let's. What about the? What's the code for HelloFresh?
HelloFresh, yes. Tonight's show is sponsored by HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com/CAGcast14 and use code CAGcast14 for up to 14 free meals plus free shipping.
That is awesome. We're going to be rating Game Attack right now. They are doing this crazy thing. They're driving cross country and they have like this virtual fuel thing on the screen. And you basically, when you subscribe, they get 1 mile of gas. And they've been driving like, I don't know, for like 10 days now. I don't know. They've been driving a lot. Every time I tune in, they're driving. It's really cool. Give them support. Maybe buy some subs or something. And we'll see you later.
Bread's done.